That's good. That's good.
Religious leaders from the evangelical churches have distanced themselves from controversial Pastor Paul Mackenzie of the Good News Church, saying he was not registered under any religious bodies.
And we categorically state that the said person has never been part of our umbrella bodies as they are known.
Addressing the press in Langata area here in Nairobi, the religious leaders led by Reverend Stephen Muturi said all churches have been victimized and condemned for the mistake of a small percentage of rogue pastors, saying each person should carry his own cross.
Tunataka kuanza kwa kusema kanisa haiwezi kulaumiwa na mtu yeyote hawezi kuhujumu kanisa kwa sababu ya mambo yaliyotendeka kupitia yule Paul Mackenzie wa Good News International Church.
Meanwhile, today marks the final day of the Phase 3 of the Shaka Hall exhumation exercise, with the death toll rising to 336 after 10 more bodies were exhumed today. 19 bodies have been identified by families, 93 DNA samples collected, 95 rescued, and a total of 613 reports of missing persons have been received. Vera Alberta, TV47, Nairobi.
Well, thank you, Vera Alberta, for that report. Meanwhile, National Environment Management Authority Nema Director General Mamo Boru may face suspension after the Parliamentary Committee on Public Petitions cited incompetency by failing to address the River Athi pollution. Led by Kitui East Member of Parliament Nimrod Mbai, the committee made the conclusion after their visit to the polluted river at Mwala area. Now, the committee revealed that it had conducted tests on the water in various parts of River Athi and found that it contained various dangerous carcinogenic elements. The pollution of River Athi was brought to the attention of the committee following a petition by members of the public after reports of illness after consumption and usage of water from the river were reported.
We have seen upstream and from the polluters, and what we've experienced downstream from the consumers. Somebody has to take responsibility. And it will be my first recommendation that the Director General Nema has to be suspended before this work, for this work to continue.
Kuna watu wengi wanategemea hii maji. Na mimi ningeomba serikali kuu ifanye jambo haraka iwezekanavyo ili tusaidie wananchi wetu.
I'm urging those ones who are concerned, like NEMA and also the Ministry of Water and our government, to take care of what is happening downstream. It's dangerous, it's really very bad, it's really very pathetic.
Now, Attorney General Justin Muturi now says that a draft policy to entrench alternative dispute resolution in the country's judicial system has been approved by the cabinet and will be enacted into law soon. Muturi, who was the guest of honor during the court-annexed mediation open day in Embu, said the government is fully behind the drive to have litigants shun the court process in favor of mediation, which meant to help courts clear case backlogs. The public has been advised to choose mediation, which has many economic and social benefits compared to the court process that leaves litigants with less of the resources and breeds bitterness.
For me, as the office of principal legal advisor to government, we have taken the lead in presenting about last 2 months ago the policy to actualize ADR, and it's been approved by the cabinet. Because we recognize and appreciate that there is value in alternative dispute resolution mechanisms.
Let's work together in bringing the benefits of mediation to all our people. We will continue with sensitization, kuwaelezea watu wetu maana na chanzo haswa ya mediation.
This is a big day for the people of Embu because we want to introduce to you a concept called a solution for you and by you. Since it was launched in 2019, 600 cases have been resolved through mediation, the result of which has been reduction.
Now, elsewhere, a 21-year-old bang peddler has been arrested by authorities in Illicit town, Kajiado Central Sub-County, in a crackdown against drug and substance abuse. Now, while acting on a tip-off, Area Chief Leonard Musokoto, in collaboration with the local police, ambushed and arrested the peddler, who has been found in possession of 38 rolls of bang. The suspect is said to be among a gang of youthful bang peddlers in Illicit town along Namanga Road, recently associated with a spate of criminal activities.
Na mimi nataka kuambia wazazi wa hapa Bisi waangalie watoto. Kwa ajili kijana ni kijana mdogo, kijana wa miaka 21 ambapo alituambia alianza kuvuta hii bangi tangu 2018. So unaona ni kijana ambaye saizi ana zaidi ya miaka 5 alivuta bangi. So nataka kueleza wakazi hapa Bisi. Vile amri ambayo tulitolewa na county commissioner wetu siku ile alikuwa na baraza hapa, sisi tutaendelea na hii msako wa pombe haramu na hii bangi, na tutahakikisha kuwa imeisha kabisa katika mji wetu huu wa Bisi.
Na kulingana vile nimeona siku ile ya mkutano ya county commissioner, tulikuwa wote wana kijiji wa Bisi au kazi wa Bisi. Kuanzia leo tumeona imezaa matunda kulingana na security yetu. Na tukaona maafisa wetu na machief vile siku hiyo tuliongelea kwa security, na tena vijana hao wanafuta bangi au wanauza bangi kutoa huko kwa Tanzania kuja kuuzia huko. Tumeona wote sasa wameshikwa.
Now, from the nabbing of bang in Kajiado County to the profiling of the youth in the central region, where Kirinyaga woman representative Njeri Maina has cautioned against profiling of youth from central Kenya region as members of the Mungiki sect. While addressing the public at a youth empowerment forum in Mwea, Maina said that the youth have made a great stride in economic empowerment, adding that she has spoken to President William Ruto, noting that action will be taken against the perpetrators. Now, the woman representative has further called on the youth to resist attempts to lure them into joining groups whose ideologies point at illegal activities such as violence. Jerry has further asked them to form groups that will help them benefit from government funding.
Tena nitawaomba msijiingize kwenye vikundi hivi vya haramu kama Mungiki na vinginevyo. Manake mimi niliomba rais wetu, vijana wetu hapa Central wasifanywe profiling, na nikamhakikishia ya kwamba nitakuja niwazungumzie, nihakikishe ya kwamba nyinyi hamuingii kwenye Mungiki na vikundi ambavyo ni haramu. Na waomba kwa heshima kuu muitikie kama vijana wetu. Mjitume kazi, tumeweka 5 billion ya agriculture subsidized fertilizer, muende mfanye ukulima, tufanye biashara zingine, tufanye SMEs, Hustler Fund tumeongezea 10 billion ili tuweze kukuza vijana.
Now, Manyata Member of Parliament Gitonga Mukunji is now proposing a review of some laws in the criminal justice system to protect the vulnerable members in the society. Speaking in Embu for the first time, the Member of Parliament observed that the rich have been able to evade the criminal justice system after committing murder and other serious crimes. Now, he says that Parliament and Judiciary, which are two arms of the government, must initiate a dialogue, calm national conversation that will unveil some of the loopholes and challenges faced while administering justice to ensure there is fairness irrespective of one's position in the society. He called on the judiciary to exercise its mandate objectively in the case of DJ Evolve, where the accused, Embakasi East Member of Parliament, indicated that he uplifted his life and that of his family.
As a Member of Parliament, the only thing we can do is do legislation, then interpretation of the law is done by the court. If there is a need to put measures or stringent measures in cases of murder, and cases of, criminal act that even attempted murder. We need to relook at those things. And as a person, as a member of parliament, I think it's important to always review and see how our law can be made stronger so that people don't get away with criminal activities. Yes. If the case of DJ Evolve is ruled in favor of the accused, and in everybody's eyes we saw what transpired, then I feel as a legislature and as a young member of parliament, we need to relook our judicial system. We need to relook at our judicial system, because that will be the highest level of injustice that this country has ever seen. We have seen many things. We have had many things. We have had cases where things are not known to be clear. But this was extremely clear, extremely clear. So this is not a matter of guesswork or investigation.
Now, Kenyan investors have been urged to seize the market opportunities presented by the East African Community EAC region in order to expand their businesses. Now, speaking during the opening of the new Grand Maria International Park in Thika, Kiambu County, East African Legislative Assembly IALA member Maina Karobia said Regional Assembly has enacted laws that make it easy for member states to do business. Now, he urged manufacturers to target the 300 million population of IALA nations in marketing their wares. Now, industrialists took the opportunity to ask the government to remove bottlenecks threatening to derail operations. The EAC is an attractive market for Kenyan businesses because it offers a sizable consumer base and a framework for regional economic integration.
One of the pillars of East Africa Community is common market and custom union, where as a region of the 7 countries, and I think also Somalia is coming this year or next year, you can trade. You just need a certificate of origin showing that I'm a business registered within the East African region. And you can be able to access the market of Tanzania, the market of DRC Congo, the market of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and South Sudan.
Requirement to install CCTV cameras and share the IP address with the enforcement office, and at the same time assign a resident officer from the same KRA department is a waste of resources, as well as affecting the learning time of the business, as you must learn business at the convenience of these resident officers.
Business park is very important because we need to give support to people who cannot own land. The good thing about Albizia is that they know the people who are behind this project. They know that this title deeds are not fake. They know that these title deeds are real title deeds which have been given to James and his family and the very many investors we have here.
Now, more than 5,000 liters of illicit brew has been nabbed in Lodwar, Turkana County during an operation dubbed Maliza Pombe Haramu that was conducted by the Deputy County Commissioner in Turkana Central Sub-County, Andrew Otuma. According to Otuma, the exercise will be conducted in areas of California, Kanamerkemer, Soweto, Kambimawe, and Makuti areas. The move comes after Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua urged county commissioners and chiefs to launch a crackdown on the illegal businesses in the country.
Na siku ya leo tumekuwa katika zoezi la kukabiliana na pombe haramu katika sehemu ya California, Soweto na yale maeneo yamezingira hizo vijiji mbili. Na siku ya leo tumeweza kumwaga zaidi ya lita 2,000 ya pombe ya kaada. Pia tumeweza kumwaga zaidi ya lita 500 ya pombe aina ya Lozaro na pombe aina ya Chang'aa kama lita 100, na pia tumeweza kukamata watu 10 ambao ni wagemaji wa pombe haramu. na pia katika hiyo operation tumeweza kukamata baadhi ya wachuuzi ambao wanatumia yale makaratasi yaliyopigwa marufuku ya polythene bags. Hili ni zoezi ambalo tutaendeleza katika eneo lote la Turkana ya kati, na hivi sasa maafisa wote wako katika hiyo operesheni kuhakikisha ya kwamba tumekabiliana na pombe haramu katika Turkana Central Sub-County.
Operesheni yao ni cross barabara. Nikienda ikapatikana na operation ya polisi, lakini sio kupatikana kwa cross.
Now, to a sad turn of events in our neighboring country, Uganda, where at least 40 people have been killed, mostly students who have been killed at a school in western Uganda by rebels linked to the Islamic State group. Now, a further 8 people remain in critical condition after the attack in Lubuhiria Secondary School in Mopondwe. Boys who were staying in dormitories in the school are among the dead. The Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, a Ugandan group based in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, have been blamed for the attack. National Police spokesperson Fred Enanga says many of the bodies have been transferred to Bwera Hospital. A dormitory at the school was burnt and a food store was looted during the incident. Very sad turn of events right there in Uganda. May the souls of the bereaved rest in eternal peace and a quick recovery to the ones who are recovering from hospital. But moving on, parents have been urged to strictly supervise the content that their children consume on social media platforms. Now, however, it was also noted that the social media has also helped in transforming the world in a positive manner, and that should be embraced. Narok County Assistant Commissioner Faith Mule has assured parents that the government is also putting all measures possible to protect the children from abuse in social media platforms.
Watoto siku hizi wadogo as young as 3-year-old. Ukifika nyumbani anakuitisha simu. Na wewe ukiwa mzazi because unapenda huyu mtoto wako sana, you let them use, you just hand them the phone, you don't follow up to see what content they watch, which sites they visit. Na kweli ni mzuri, lakini pia kuna sites ambazo watoto wakiangalia si mzuri kwao. Unaona ina influence tabia. Unaanza tu kujiuliza, mtoto wangu siku hizi amebadilika. Tabia imebadilika. Wewe ndo umechangia in one way or another. Hivyo kama wazazi, walimu, tuko na jukumu kubwa sana kuhakikisha kwamba hao watoto wetu tunawalinda.
Wazazi ni jukumu yetu kuhakikisha kuwa if we give our children access to these devices, we guide them and we supervise them. Because when you leave them on their own, they are getting to a point of accessing harmful information, which brings negative impact on them, on their concentration in their studies. Ndio maana unaona mimba za mapema zimeanza ku-increase. They're getting a lot of information that has had to do with all that from the internet. So government has installed Wi-Fi in all the 8 sub-counties, in all those offices and also other public institutions. Na imesaidia sana in service delivery to the citizens.
Now, the National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, has called on the support for local leaders to enroll vulnerable people on the scheme as a tragedy of enhancing primary health care. Now, the NHIF has called for coordination at county governments to facilitate the uptake of NHIF scheme by needy families. Speaking in Bungoma County, NHIF Western Region Manager Valentin Mogoro said the families are unable to cater for their medical bills due to lack of funds. Morogo used the opportunity to urge local leaders across Western Kenya to sensitize locals on the benefits of the scheme, adding that out-of-cash payment of medical bills is challenging to many households.
Hapa Bungoma County, the same exercise inaendelea pale Vihiga kwa Western Region, na tunapokuwa hapa tunafanya registration ya NHIF member, na NHIF member ni a household. A member anapo register, kama ni baba anaweza kukava mke wake na watoto wake, na hakuna restriction kwa namba ya watoto wake.
So most of the time we find people who have not been able to pay in the wards and make our hospital to have a long length of stay. But those who have NHIF, we normally there is no problem, because in our hospital the NHIF caters for everything and even surgery. So maybe what I would request for NHIF, is it possible that maybe if you pay that the 60 days they wait for, could it be reduced so that our patients can be able to benefit in good time? And also maybe I would ask the people of Bungoma, nigeuliza watu wa Bungoma, wazazi wetu, wale watu maybe tuna kitu tunafanya, tunaweza lipia wazazi wetu ili wasiwe wanakuja wanaishi kwa hospitali.
Kuna siku mshirika wangu alikuwa mgonjwa tu sana, na wakati alienda hospitali walitaka 20k, na ikapiti jamii yake ichange ndio wamtibu, lakini wale wenye huwa wanakuwa na hii card huwa inawasaidia, wanapata matibabu ya haraka.
Just to remember, in sports, England was playing against Malta. England emerged victorious by 4 goals to nil. Remember, this is the qualifiers of the